From the vodka.
Yeah. Then, you know what's crazy is like I would rather you promote the weed than the alcohol. I think weed is way better than alcohol. This is my opinion though. I don't think alcohol is good for anyone.
How does it look?
What are your thoughts on alcohol?
I think it's whatever you want, man.
I think so too, to an extent. But I think weed is probably a healthier thing.
Yeah. Wait, so Cameron, you came here, like you grew up in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then you came here when you were 18, 19 years
19,
old?
yeah.
Yeah. And then you don't have to keep that on.
Okay, perfect. I didn't mind wearing it to promote it.
No, don't. I was not saying it for. I don't need it.
I know,
You just had it on your lap like you're holding it like an ad. Throw it over there.
I wanted to show it off.
So me and Cameron met on, I posted something on Facebook. Probably like what year?
2016.
What?
2016. I was like, anyone know a little person
What
trying to do
start?
a video? I was specifically looking for a little person to do a video with, and someone either commented or tagged something, and then we ended up meeting on Facebook, and then we just kind of kept in touch, and then. I mean, 2016, I had no money really. You know what I mean? I made like
It's called
$2,000
COokinnn.
in 2015, the whole year, and then
We just
2016, I think I made
cooking?
like $30,000 the whole year. So like, I still had nothing. And then
You want
I
some
think you
corn
came in
dog mini
2017,
bites?
right?
Yeah.
And then I was starting to make money. You know.
Ah, man, how we gonna start this? We finna put it
I
in the
came,
air
like, to hang out
fryer.
with Danny and like filming and like to hang out with him too. But
Well, I had
he
money
was
for
a-
flights,
What?
then, you know. So then it was like,
So you
Yeah.
flew
Little
Cameron out.
Oh
yeah,
my
flying them out was like
gosh.
nothing. But in 2016, it was like, dude, it was impossible. I had no
No,
money.
I didn't know they were
the
open.
flights are expensive from New Zealand.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
like a
nothing.
grand each.
I mean, they're not expensive now. Nah, just kidding.
They're more expensive than
were.
they used to be.
Let's
They
wait for it
used to
to
be cheaper, but
defrost
it was
it.
still expensive. They were like $500 back in 2017.
I remember we met, dude. I was butt naked.
Yeah.
Give me the
Yeah,
balls.
that's how we met. The
Yeah.
first time we met, I was like butt naked. Came in the room, like, yo, what up?
I pulled up in the Uber. Kevin was waiting outside, and
Oh.
Kevin was waiting for me, and I got out the Uber, and Kevin was like, "Yep, there he is." And then
You flew
he
halfway
dumped-
across the world to see Danny Duncan
and
butt naked.
That was the first
Anything
time
else
we
you
met.
should
Kevin
cook up?
carried the suitcase in the hotel, and then me and
Come
Kevin
on.
were just
Not a hotel.
apartment.
Tell me
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
fire
Yeah,
around
that was a
here,
nice
man.
apartment too.
No, it wasn't.
And then
He was like, hell no.
really, I loved it. But
We
It's
got
when you
that.
flooded.
No, this was right after.
Chili.
what were we talking about? Oh yeah, and then
met.
so I was hanging out with Kevin in the other bedroom, and then because you were showering, and then he came in and he's like, "What's up, dude?" Or something like that. He's like, "How you doing?"
We
It's
got
pretty funny.
But anyway, so then you flew across the country.
Manwich.
Or you
Yeah.
flew across the world. You came to
You
LA.
like the
Yeah,
manwich?
and then it was
Pretty
cool
much like a
because
chill
I
up
was
a
only
lot.
supposed to stay like
Man,
I was going to stay for like 2 weeks, and then
I
we
fuck
got
with
along,
man.
and
What
he
you want,
was
the
just like,
man?
"Oh, we'll change your flight, and you can stay longer."
Oh,
And I
which
ended up
one
staying
you
like
want,
6
man?
weeks instead of 2, which was like really cool.
You want some
Like, really cool
tuna?
experience. And then we did that the
Get that
fest show in San
protein
Diego.
tuna?
That was
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool. And I got the
Remember
old
What
man
you trying to
haircut.
make, man?
That was like what, December something?
Yeah,
Oh, you
December.
want a soup?
28,
might be
December
soup.
9th.
Yeah, December 9th.
I don't know how I remember.
I
certain
remember
things,
it too.
it's weird.
Yeah.
If I was you,
That was fun. That show was crazy. Then we ended up doing a whole tour,
I'm
which was
fucking
cool.
with the
and then,
manwich,
yeah.
man. I'm the man.
What was that
with
like
the
for you
man
touring?
with.
Oh, that was insane, dude.
To be
That was
real
like,
with you,
I don't know how to
think they
describe it.
just
It was
picked
such like
us
a
out,
huge
though.
change, like because I was
I
still
don't
new to
fuck with
America,
the-
and I was
fuck
like,
with the
I
hits.
never in my life thought I would visit like any of the other places, like maybe one day New York or something, but I never thought I would visit because where did we go? We started. I flew to LA, and then I got like to rest for like 5 days to get used to the time change, and then we drove
started
up,
north. I know we started
Yeah,
north.
we
and then
drove
came
up to
down, I
Seattle.
think.
Came all the way down. We went to LA, then we went to
Alright.
Phoenix through
They
Texas.
got
then
her
we went
over
up
here, man.
North Carolina, New York, and then we ended in Chicago. And I remember we all flew home after that. And it was so crazy when the tour bus dropped us all off at the airport.
Brother.
And we all, I think most of us went to LA, but there was a few of us like going to other
They
spots.
got the
but it was
chili
just
with the
crazy
beans,
that
man.
Everyone had slept like
We
on
need
the tour
that
bus. So
protein,
we
man.
we went and ate food, then we all slept, and
You
then
me get that
and then we all
protein?
just woke up.
Cause I
Everybody's
ain't gonna
already
open
packed,
the
and then we
black
just
beans,
get off
brother.
the airport, and everyone went their separate ways. Like mostly LA, but that was like cool. And then I just went home after that.
Yeah, I like traveling, especially like traveling like by tour bus because
So
it's
we
like
get some food.
flying. Flying just makes me like ugh, like you know all like groggy and shit.
Yeah.
Like, but when you're on a tour bus, it's just
The hot dogs.
the
Yeah.
best, dude. You get to sleep good, and then you wake up and you're in a new city. I love that so much.
Bunks were like sick too. It was so funny with the bunks.
Yeah.
Like everybody liked them too. Like surprisingly, everybody was scared, and then I wasn't that scared, but everybody else was kind of like scared of it, and everybody loved it. Like
How much time in between? Like you came to the States, you met Danny, and then how much
Nah,
time passed before you guys went on tour?
I gotta eat
Um,
some here, man. Tomorrow
so we
we
went in November,
can smash
and
after
then
the football.
we hung out in November, December. Then I went home for a bit, and then I came back April, May for 2 months, and then I went home, and then I came back in July. So it'd been maybe like about 6 months. Yeah.
What did you see in camera, Danny? Because that's a pretty quick turnaround. And be like,
Nigga,
hey,
crazy sandwich,
like,
man.
come on tour with
Triple
me.
sack. Triple stack,
Shit, I don't even
man.
remember back then, dude. I'll be honest. I don't fucking know.
Wow.
I mean, the first post, I was just looking for a little person to film something with, which I don't even know what I was trying to film, and I know we never filmed whatever that idea was.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Cameron's just super nice, chill. It's fun to hang out with. He was skating a lot too, so just a lot of similar interests, I think.
Pee real quick. A little protein.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
hit
trying
it
to
up.
think fucking way back then. I mean, I don't even know.
What was going through your mind, Cameron? I mean, 'cause to pay for the flight is one thing, but to get up and like travel all the way to LA when you haven't met the person like in person before.
Fuck
you know,
me, man.
Like how were you thinking about that trip to LA to see Danny for the first time?
It was cool. It was a cool experience because obviously like seeing the videos and stuff like intrusive image was really cool.
Nah, man.
And so like I knew it was gonna be fun.
For
It
that
was fun.
chicken.
We talked a lot too, though.
Yeah.
We had already talked for like a year or so, like
Yeah.
longer than that.
Leading up to it.
Yeah, because I had started talking in 2016 or
Yeah.
2016, I think, and then so then when he finally came, it was just like fuck yeah, and then you know,
Like me and all my friends in school watched as well. Like when like me and all my friends that like I went to school with, we all watched like Danny's videos. It was like cool because we watched through Chris Chan as well. Like we watched Chris Chan and then obviously we seen Danny and then we watched Danny because he's funny.
I think a lot of kids out there that watch too. It's like they're probably not everyone, but majority of the people out there, we all would like me and him could easily hang out with them and get along because we all have probably similar interests. We think the same shit's funny. It's just like we're no different than most. I would say just fucking kids that do stupid funny shit. You know? It's like the same thing, you know.
Yeah. And at that time, Cameron, were you trying to become like a pro skateboarder, YouTuber? Like what were you trying to do at that age?
I don't know. I honestly had no clue what I want to do. If I'm honest, I still have no clue what I want to do. Like, honestly.
He just want to smoke all day and chill.
You mean drink?
Yo, chicken okay?
I drink.
He did not drink.
Let the chicken.
Anyway,
there's no alcohol in this house.
Quickly tries to change the topic.
It's funny because the majority of the people watching.
Stop.
No, I'm not gonna say anything bad.
Okay.
I'm saying that it's funny. The majority of the people watching though, they're all like fucking definitely like probably fucking big potheads. Have you ever been on the Silver Bullet?
No, dude, I was watching that just before. I've watched that like 3 times and it's fucking funny. No, I've never been on the Silver Bullet. I went to a theme park in New Zealand in high school, and it was like I couldn't even do half the rides. It was so lame, dude. And they were so nice at the go-karts. Like I probably shouldn't have been driving the go-karts, but like I was like pretty far forward, and like if you get hit, I'm pushed back into the fucking seat and have no control.
I'm an alcoholic.
Of the vehicle, and then but I was fine. That didn't happen, so it doesn't matter.
This guy's fried, dude. What's your favorite book?
Fuck. Harry Potter. I think I actually read the first one.
No
the
way.
second one.
Well,
but I can't remember shit from it. But I watched the Harry Potters.
Do you remember when you realized you were a little person? At like what age were you like, oh shit,
I'm over here
Probably like 8.
searching
You were like, oh.
Yeah, like 7 or 8. Like
you vividly remember that day?
When everybody's
That
getting
shit
taller and then they
crazy,
have to
fool.
make adjustments to
I
the
got
seats I'm sitting in the whole day.
You know,
But yeah,
I
that's
don't
about
know
it.
me. It
Well,
was
not
like
so
one
bad, but then,
hot
like,
dog I got
obviously
right
people
there.
like
dog.
make yourself aware fucking
What
every
the
10
fuck?
minutes, and you're just like, fuck.
Mom.
Yeah, it's like I could walk to the fucking
Nah,
store just
man.
over there, and I'll fucking someone
I'm
will do
finna throw
something.
down a quick
said
300 to my
yesterday, 'cause it
parents,
was
but
like me and him
look, get
walking
some
around,
meat, bro.
Because he was
I
in the
need
car with
meat
me,
for
and
the
then Keelan was in
month.
another car, and he goes, "Dude, I
Look,
wonder how
I'm
people
down
will
to
react
toss
when
down
they
a
see
quick
me." And you're
200
like,
for
"Oh
you
shit,
guys,
there's a little
part, but,
person,
like, I need
or
my
a midget,
meat.
whatever he said." And then Keelan walks in the frame. Oh,
I
another
don't care.
one.
Yeah, it's definitely like that. There's like, oh fuck, there's 2 of them. I remember I said that when he was Snapchats, and I think you had to cut it out because
This
you
is
were
my
scared.
guacamole.
It was we were in the airport, and you were just filming.
bought this shit.
Me and you had already it was already established that me and you were together in the Snapchat, and then you pan over to Kiwan coming down the aisle of the airport, and then you hear me in the background saying like 2 seconds later, oh fuck, there's another one.
No, I posted that.
Yeah, oh yeah, you did, yeah.
That shit's
I'm always
Right.
saying the fucked up shit towards little people.
Yeah, I try.
I'm probably the worst. It's bad.
And I'll ask him like, "Yo, is this good?" And he'll just say, "Yeah,
Don't
it's
fuck
fine."
that
every
ball
time.
to be on there.
It's like, so I
Even
gotta,
Q, bro, I remember Q on
I'ma fling
actually
on your
used to
ass.
not really like the word midget
Make
a
me
little
fucking
bit in
break my whole
2018. I don't know if he
computer.
remembers, but I remember.
I don't think Keelan remembers anything.
Yeah. But I
He's
remember.
more fried than you are right now.
I think I told. You mean drunk? Anyway, I remember I told. what was I telling Keelan? I was asking about something
Fucking
about the word
burning
midget. And he
me,
said he
dude.
like didn't really like it. I was like, oh.
He
I
always
was
says
like,
midget.
I was like, oh, like I don't really care. I was like, I don't care if people say it like.
I was like, Hold on. You should put the back the young boy video. They was hearing the video, but they wasn't even watching it.
Knowing that it's bad, like then because I know they're joking, like, but when it's like not joking,
I think it
I'm
depends
like,
who it is though too. If like
Yeah.
if some random person just comes up yelling it, it's way different
Yeah,
than like
yeah.
if Harry says it.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially if you're in a bad mood and some random kid comes yelling it, it's not gonna be a joke anymore.
Yeah.
That's funny.
yeah. What was I gonna say?
Cameron gets mad, dude. Cameron's got an anger issue for
at
real.
what? At what?
Just sometimes this dude loses his damn mind.
Dude, remember?
I used to get kind of mad sometimes at shit. This motherfucker is way worse
Tell
than
me
me.
a story. When's
Bro, all the time.
Do you remember Mikey on the flight sim?
I always gotta be telling him like, "Yo, dude, hey, buddy, relax. Hey, buddy." Then he gets mad at me. No, I'm kidding.
No.
But I always gotta just try to
My girl
remind
asked
him
her for
like,
permission if she could go to
Yeah.
Bourbon
okay, in
Street.
life, guys, people are idiots. You're never gonna escape it. I don't care who you hang out with, how rich you get, how poor you are. It does not matter. Your entire life, you're gonna deal with people that are actually just complete morons and idiots and stupid. So you can never escape that. So when you wonder like, how is this guy so dumb? It's like you will deal with that the rest of your life. Just like you can never get away from it, no matter what job you work or anything. So I think that's an important lesson.
What's a moment? Because I agree with you.
There is a
Like,
billion of them.
Give us one.
But that's just the thing is like people just piss him off, and it's like, bro, you're never gonna not deal with that. You're gonna deal with that forever. It's just like your own family members, your friends, your random people that come up to you. It's just like you can't escape it. So I try to tell him that because then if you know, it's like you gotta just. I don't know how to. What's another way to explain? Like, dude, if you hang out with someone who's a fucking just complete moron, and then they do something that a moron would do, it's like you can't be mad at the person for.
Yeah, they are who you expected.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know. So it's like when you, if we're hanging out with a fucking Jewish Godfather and like he's annoying me, it's like, well, what the fuck do you expect? You know what I mean? So those things happen. Like he'll get like, okay, here's a good example.
Yeah.
Our last trip, he was losing it because of Roscoe kept making fun of him. Bro, Roscoe's on full-blown drugs, legit drugs. It's like, bro, you can't get so mad. It's like, I agree with you, dude. I'm on your side. Like, yeah, he may be being mean to you. Like, but bro, if I say something to him or anything, he doesn't even know where he's at, dude. He's so high.
Bro, you don't understand. It was like bro,
I understand.
All we're doing,
I understand, but it's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? He's full blown on drugs. He doesn't even know what's going on, dude. He couldn't tell the difference between you and Kiwan if he was looking at both. He would not know. He would not know what is happening. So it's like for us to be like mad at him for making. Of course, I agree. He's definitely making too many jokes to you. Yeah. But like, what the fuck are we gonna? He's on, dude.
I know. Yeah, I get that.
Bro, he's on so many. Like, I don't even know what he's on, dude. Pills or he's on something.
I think I was just more jealous that everybody else is having a good time and I'm just getting grilled for no reason.
But that's what I mean though. Is like I know it's easier said than done, but you gotta try. You gotta try to like find humor in the fact that I don't want to call him an idiot, but like, bro, he's fully on drugs. He's an idiot. He's an idiot at that time.
Yeah, it was like boom, 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 boom. I was like, I can understand it now, but in the time it was like
that
bad.
time I understand him being a little upset.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean,
there's many instances. We don't need to get into that though. Let's say positive.
Yeah. On the flip side, I mean, I asked Q on this question about like how he's used it to his advantage at a point. Then we got that silver bullet story. Is there any time that you're like, maybe this is an advantage, or like a time where you're like, I could use this to
being a little person?
Oh fuck. I'm trying to think. I remember I was. What was I gonna say?
Bro, don't.
What has being a little person ever had any advantages?
I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Dumb.
I think during like middle school there was like a running test and you get like a cool badge of like how well you do. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna get destroyed in this. Like I'm not even gonna get any of the badges. But the teacher was like really cool and shortened it for me because she was like oh, it should be shorter for you. And I ended up getting like one of the best scores, even though it was shortened. So it like kind of felt like I cheated, but at the same time, I don't know, like. Because they were measuring,
my dad didn't know.
But they didn't shorten it by much. But still, it was like.
Look at his face.
It was a solid bit.
What about with skateboarding? Like I know you do that a lot.
I mean, the running thing has got to be harder to run as a little person.
Yeah.
Not a little person. Like,
yeah.
honestly.
high school, we had to do a run in PE,
We're a little
and it was
filled
like
now.
to this beach near our school and back, which was probably maybe 4 kilometers. So I would say there's about like
Half of it was
2.8
from
miles or maybe 3
Pocos.
miles nearly,
The
like
other
around
one
that
fucking-
thing. But we had to do that run within 45 minutes.
No, he
I
had
remember,
it
like, the
bad
whole class
before,
was, like,
like,
way ahead of
Coco
me, and it was just
will
me and
bite
this, like,
his
big
hair
dude
off.
that were like way behind. Yeah, and
Believe
then we saw like most of the class run back, and we were so far behind. I was like,
I mean,
fuck,
that
like,
is like, I don't think it's
That's
bad.
fire,
for you to have to do
man.
that, but I mean, it's
Oh,
got to
look
be
at the
harder for a
appetizer,
fucking little
bruh.
person to run than
yeah.
than
I have shorter legs.
yeah.
It's also wild.
so
how
my-
Not
many
even
schools
shorter though. It's like your shit's like
Yeah.
kind of was I'd say bent a little or like
Yeah,
bow-legged a little
yeah,
bit. Like it's
yeah.
got to be a little
Man.
more difficult.
How much do you talk with COokinnn about
This
this?
shit is
stuff? Like, how
gas
close
though.
are you
The
guys?
golf.
I was
spice-
saying me
it's
and
a little
Kiwan have
spicy.
got like really
Fuck with
close
it.
to like these past 2 years. Like before that, I mean, I was still
Awesome,
talking. He was really like a
Nah.
good inspiration to me.
Yeah.
Like I think he was, to be
Yeah,
honest, he
come
was
on.
like the first little person friend I ever had. So like when I was
Yeah,
growing
you know,
up,
I
I
wanna go
never
to Kale's
like
Diner for
when I was
something.
younger, I met little
Oh,
people, but I was like
oh,
5, so I didn't really have any like understanding or
I already
conversations.
know they finna
And
pack
then
it fat.
But
You
from
tell
then
him
on,
we-
I
we
never
Benny's
seen a
boy,
little
he
person
said,
in person for
"Say
like
less."
since I met Kiwan. I think no,
I was
met,
about to say that. I was like, I feel like in America, you're like, dude, I haven't seen a little person and like
Yeah.
you've seen one in like in LA or something. He's
Yeah.
like,
You know
I
what I
haven't
wanna
seen
do
one
with
my
my
whole
girlfriend
life.
on
Like I don't
the
even,
date
maybe in New Zealand, but I
I
don't
was like,
remember.
let's get
Yeah,
that
I
dog
bet-
fucking
I remember I met
walks
Vinny
in the
first, and then I met Angel Cardenas, who's like a really good skater. He was like a huge inspiration, like growing
Oh,
up
there's
as
a
a voice
polo
crack.
place walking distance
Voice
from my house. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it.
What was
That's
I
the
gonna
pen
say?
talking.
Anyway, what was I saying?
Pass Thornton's.
Angel Cardenas, big inspiration.
Yeah,
You know where
and
the
then he
4
was-
rounds?
Anyway, those were the first
UFC
2 little
features?
people like I probably met, but Kiwan was the after
Yeah,
that
right
it
next
was
to the
Kiwan
tanning
was the first
salon
little
where-
person I
where
saw little
Pilla's,
person I seen like
pantry
back
used
to
to
back
be.
to back like regularly, where I got to know him like properly and became like a proper friend with him. But
Yeah, right
I still
next to
didn't
the
really get to
tennis
see him
salon.
much. But these past like 2 years since I've been here longer, it's
Hey.
like I've got to meet him more, and it's like it's
Yeah.
really cool to
Don't
like
have, I
get
think,
closer
like,
with him and talk to
6
him, and like
flavors.
but I'm always like
It's
hugging him and
not like a
dabbing him
big
up and
place.
shit and saying
I love
stupid.
it, dude. He's such
I'm
a
always saying
positive
stupid
guy.
shit.
Yeah, I
dude.
love Kiwan's always in a good mood.
Infectious
But
personality.
It really
Yeah.
helps. It helps me a lot. I don't really like being around negative people. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
One thing I would say though, I don't even want to be negative right
Now
now,
I was
but
really
dude,
promoting it,
one
I
time
guess.
he was
or-
getting pissed at
Yeah,
Kiwan and they
it's
were
still
arguing,
new.
but it's like kind of insane.
But it-
I don't
they had all
mean
the
this as
pictures.
neg-
This is
I
what I know.
don't, I don't mean this in a
one
mean
thing
way
I was
towards little
excited
people.
to try when I go
But
back
bro,
in
when
there.
you got 2 little person
Yeah,
friends
the
and they're like literally about to
strawberry
fight, it's
shortcake,
I try to be
cheesecake.
like, I don't want to say
Are you
sensitive.
separating them?
No, I don't want to. Yeah, dude, I don't want to say like
It's
I
like
don't
the
want to be
little
like I'm not
squares,
trying to be like
like the old school,
sensitive
like,
towards them, but
like
it's
back
like
in the day.
because it does suck when your friends
Yeah.
are but bro, it's kind of funny a little bit. Like bro, I'm pulling bro. One time Kiwan was about to kill this motherfucker, dude,
She feel
and
like
like I'm
the
like
service
trying to
on
like pull them off, bro. I'm like Kiwan, but it's like if you're looking at it from the outside in, it's funny as fuck. But if you're like in the bro, I'm literally pulling Kiwan from getting to him, dude. It's
It
like,
was over farting, dude.
What?
We were just farting, and it just like escalated.
I think what happened was I wish Kiwan was here, man.
Yeah,
I think he like farted, kind of like
next to him.
Dude, no, I did it first though,
Yeah,
right?
you were farting like right
I
next to him.
farted like really loud and Kiwan like laughed, but he was like, "Bro, come on, man!" Like he thought it was funny.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did another one like a little one, and Kiwan was like, "Bro, if you do that shit again," like he was getting mad.
No, it was you that farted the second time. I swear.
I don't remember. We'd have to
Something
let's
like
call
that, yeah.
Kiwan. No. So well, whatever. Kiwan, someone farted. I think I farted once. Kiwan got mad. Don't do that shit again for real. But he like laughed a little bit. Then he did it after Kiwan already said, "Don't do it again." Like right on
him
him,
off.
and he lost his mind, bro. Like a bomb went off, and he was trying to kill him, bro. I swear to God, it was like, dude, I never seen
I
it.
thought he
like-
was playing too at first. I was like,
bro, he literally
yeah.
was like going full like wrestler mode, trying
Yeah, I'll
to kill
never
it.
fart on him again.
Golly.
He
That
used to
ass,
laugh.
man.
The old granny thing where he's like, even he said, "You're going to
I
go
feel
into
some of my
bed with him."
parents
He's like, "Play
$200,
basketball."
$200. Be like, give me my balls.
Yeah, Kiwan can't hear shit, but sometimes it's funny. It kind of reminds me of Papa Jim a little bit.
My hearing's a bit bad too. I think it's a little person thing.
Yeah.
I had like not surgery.
Or I
think
should go
some sort of
You,
actually
like,
you and
this
Kiwan
up.
should do that little TikTok
That'd be a
trend where
fun
it's
day.
like, yeah, we're
Never
little
done
people.
that shit.
Of course we
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
all
Like,
this
I
time
got
standing up.
Stop. Never grocery shopping.
Yeah, how does it go? What's the trend?
Have you ever dropped a
I've seen- I
bag
know
in
what you're
grocery
talking
shopping
about.
for
Yeah,
yourself?
It'll just be like
Is that they
different
just keep
things.
repeating?
Yeah, we're little people. Of course our dicks are normal
200?
sized. Dude, you guys should do one like that.
What was I saw it, Cameron, on your Instagram. You had this post from a few years ago where, you're wishing Danny happy birthday, but you're talking about how you would FaceTime you to check up on you.
Oh yeah.
What was the story behind that?
Fuck.
Hit the pen, man. Hit the pen.
Yeah.
No, not the pen.
Peanut butter, jelly.
Yeah, he just checked up on me.
You remember too? How
They
long
chose
ago
good.
was
He just checked up on me.
Yeah, I can't say it.
Daddy making sure he's okay.
Yeah. Just said it.
Cameron's a little emotional guy, you know.
Yeah.
He gets in his feels sometimes. I'm an
didn't
emotional
even-
guy too, though. I'm an
Yeah.
emotional guy too.
You don't have to
Bro.
go if you don't want to. But
Yeah,
like
that's,
a really
that's a
deep
bad
post.
one.
Yeah, I mean, well, there was a moment
I
there
didn't get
where, well, yeah, we could talk about him getting like, well, I don't want to use the word banned, but banned,
yeah.
I guess, would be the
Who
like a
tourist
guacamole
man.
like that?
yeah, he got like, so we were about to go on tour, right? The
I'll
second
fucking
time?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I flew his ass
Nah, I'm
here.
just straight chicken
Actually, I'll
salsa.
try to tell the whole story. So Cameron's coming back to America. This is what
Having
year?
him? What flavor is that one?
August.
2019. I think it's my second tour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we're about to go on the second tour.
August.
Yeah, August 2019. We're about to go on the second tour.
Oh.
We fly Cameron here, 12-hour flight, right? 12 or 13-hour flight.
Yeah.
So we fly him here, and then I'm like waiting for him to tell me that he's here.
What, OG?
And then I hear nothing, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then I actually like got kind of worried. I didn't know like what happened. I was like, I mean, to be honest, I was like, what if someone kidnapped his little ass?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, no bullshit, though. So I started posting on my story, like, yo, if anyone, like,
Oh my god.
no,
Yeah.
for real, though,
Yeah.
no bullshit. I was like, if
Yeah.
anyone sees Cameron, like, let me know. Because, like, I was kind of confused because I was like, the thought of him getting, like, put into a room and then sent back to, like,
Yeah.
New Zealand, I didn't even think of something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he gets to
Well,
America and then they
Bourbon's not
bring
bad,
you to a
but-
room. You could tell us like that.
Yeah. They pulled me aside and they were just like.
I don't
asking
really give a
questions,
fuck
like,
about
why I was
her
in America.
going.
And then I guess
It's
they
just
got
like-
mad because they thought I was working
Huh?
or something on a tourist visa, which I wasn't. I was just hanging out with friends and stuff, and so they were just like, "Oh, no, you got to go back." And but they didn't like ban me properly. They just
That's
said,
what you would
you
say?
can't have the online ESTA, but you can get like other visas
The
too.
online what?
The online ESTA, which is like an online application. where you can
What do you
just go
mean?
in
Not
and-
good.
How long did they hold you in the room, though?
Not my
Oh, like
time?
10
Or what?
hours.
Yeah, so he flies 12 hours.
Holy crap. They
Yeah.
put you
No,
in a
listen to
room.
this. Listen. He flies
just,
12 hours, whatever. They hold him in a room for 10 hours. Then they're just like, yeah, you
I
gotta
just
go.
rather
They
save
put him
my
on a
money.
flight back to New Zealand.
Like, it's not
Another
my-
like 12,
it's not
13
my-
hours.
It's,
And they didn't even give
it's
us a refund on the
okay.
flight.
Yeah.
Like, what
Oh
the
my
fuck?
God.
So then
Maybe,
once that happened, though, this was
like,
2019.
vacation, like,
They
oh,
would
there's
not
a
let
good
him come to
food
America.
fair
Then
going
COVID
on.
hit in 2020.
Something
So like, dude, this
popping
motherfucker
up.
couldn't come back forever, dude. And
Yeah.
then
Whoa.
and
Well-
then I just kept trying to get green card lawyer. I paid like 2 or 3 different green card lawyers.
Yeah.
We probably spent like 50 or 60 grand on green card lawyers.
My
Never
girl.
got any
You know bourbon?
progress at all.
Wow.
Complete scam, I guess. And
We
then we
say
ended up
shit
meeting
like
in
that.
fucking
Oh my God.
Bahamas. Was that like a year ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago? Like
Yeah.
what year?
We can drink it
2022?
in a row
Yeah,
or
2022.
Yeah, so I
let-
didn't see
enough
him
or, like,
from-
let's go.
For 3 years.
Yeah, over 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I see him in Bahamas, and then
I
our
don't
friend
even
owns
like
a
going,
monster
man.
truck like
It's not my team.
company
Yeah.
where they do like shows.
Not
like
my type
monster
of
trucks.
thing.
Shows monstertrucks.com. Shout out.
Yo.
So Zach, yeah, his name is Zach Garden. So he owns
Yeah,
a monster truck
goat.
company, and then he tours around the country and stuff. So he got him, and he does some. Should I say that? Like he does
Yeah,
some work
yeah.
with.
I do work with like the monster
So-
trucks and stuff.
What
So
do
you-
you
Just go out and perform at some of the shows. Yeah, I'll just like fly in and then go with them for a bit, and then I get to like take a break for a bit and come here and then go.
But that guy's the one who got him
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't get him in America. Like I tried multiple lawyers, like everything, and then so yeah, he just works with him. You know, he's here, and then he hangs out with
Yeah.
us and whatever. But I mean, without him, we couldn't even figure out how to do it. It was annoying, and I had like multiple green card lawyers. It was a joke.
Yeah.
He let me jump one of the monster trucks.
Yeah, it's in one of Dane's.
It's
Oh,
crazy,
I've
yeah.
seen
bro.
that.
Yeah.
No, a real monster truck.
No,
Yeah.
I know. It's
It was
one of your
insane,
videos.
dude.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just like brought all the monster trucks to my fucking property because I have the 100 acres. Also, anyone out there, if you ever have the opportunity to jump a monster truck, it's a bucket list thing. There's not that many things I'd recommend, but jumping a monster truck's pretty crazy because like the suspension's so insane, and it's just like
Get one?
kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta jump one if you ever. I know a lot of you
you
obviously
don't want
won't
it.
get the opportunity, but if you do it, man. It's pretty
Yeah.
wild.
What was that like when you guys saw each other for the first time in 3 years?
But it was really cool. Like
Fireworks.
no, it was like crazy because we were so like separated from each other for like
I got
3
the
years.
munchies,
Like
bro.
it was insane. Like first it was I just couldn't go to America, and then it was like you can't even leave the country. And I was like, damn, like, and it
Hey.
like took a while.
Well, we were gonna
That-
go to
did
you were
that
gonna surprise
drink
me in
hit
New
you?
Zealand, but then COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was lame.
But what was the biggest culture shock coming from New Zealand to the U.S.? Like, what's something that Americans would be surprised at?
Probably the food proportions, like how big the meals are when you
When
buy
time
them.
should we get the gum
Oh,
in
yeah.
here?
Stuff like like
Yeah.
how like fat the food is. It's still fat in New Zealand, but it's like
Eat a whole
there's a lot more
gummy
like
thing.
fat in the US and like a lot more.
It was like $18, $20.
Like
They
o-
have-
other fast
they
foods,
have-
like where there's only like a few in New
Oh,
Zealand.
they
There's
have
like
to make it
a lot
out,
everywhere
they have
here.
to-
like a lot
Oh
of
no,
different
not
ones
the
to choose
end.
from.
Yeah, the food's horrible.
Something out of this bowl.
It's not that bad. Some things
McDonald's.
are
I'm
bad.
sure we get shit from that.
20,000 McDonald's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
this
that in
will
New
be
Zealand too. There's
stronger.
McDonald's everywhere. Like
Oh,
every
true.
town. Every town got one.
I've never been
That's
there.
how big it is.
I want to go.
How big McDonald's is.
Yeah,
They
man.
have 35,000 locations.
What, McDonald's?
We got big ass chocolate bar.
I don't know why I know that.
They have big
I wouldn't be
chocolate
surprised.
Very
bars.
random fact.
I know.
Jelly.
I think that's the number.
Do you still
Yeah.
travel back and
Have you
forth
seen them?
to New Zealand, or
I
you're
think those are
mostly
popular,
here in the
though.
States?
Yeah, I still like I'm
But
traveling
like the
back
most
in
would
2
be
days.
like it's like not
Thursday
even
night,
like
and
it's like 100
then.
milligrams. Like
But I've been here for like 6 months, and then I go home for a bit and just like
But that's so
take a
much,
break,
though.
and I just come
Huh?
back whenever he's down.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Yep,
it's so
you can
little,
come
but
now
it's such a big
if you
bar.
want." And then
Like 400
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
like
and
25
then you'll
bucks.
book it.
You can
21.
stay until I don't care.
You
what
get
how long
one,
you
I
stay.
get one.
Bro, I start to feel bad staying here. But
Oh,
you've told me so many
oh,
times that it's like
oh,
fine.
There's so many
Yeah.
bedrooms here, I feel like.
He's so nice.
There's really not that many bedrooms. There's only 4 bedrooms.
He's so nice, bro. When I first came back, like he was letting me sleep in the big room.
I'll be like,
And
bro, I'm
that
That's
not-
one of the
felt-
nice
that
things
felt-
about Danny is that.
You mean that? Come on.
That felt
Yeah,
so
dude,
special
I
to me.
crashed at your place in Inglewood, and I'm like, Danny, why are you giving me the main room? Like,
You
I
know?
feel like Danny likes the smallest room in every
Oh,
house. I
yeah.
don't know why. But,
Yeah,
I mean, I probably like my master bedroom the most.
he was just being nice.
It don't matter. Yeah, it
He
don't
was
matter.
on his
Right,
nice
the
shit.
one-
I could sleep wherever. I could sleep right here. I mean, this is a nice
Yeah.
couch.
You got me
Actually.
one?
This thing, I could easily sleep here.
I remember
Bro,
we
where'd you
slept
get
on
a
the
sour
couch
strap?
before too. Like,
Honestly, I like sleeping where I'm not supposed to. Like falling asleep on the couch is like my favorite.
What?
yeah.
And then you wake up and you're like, oh hell yeah, because I hate going to bed.
Yeah.
I don't really like sleeping. Well, I hate going to sleep, but I love once I'm sleeping, I hate waking up.
Yeah.
Like I like sleeping. I just if you could just like press a little button and just like knock out and wake up in 8 hours, that'd be like ideal. Which is probably why people get on drugs. You know,
Yeah.
I could understand getting on some drugs to fall asleep.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes just to unwind. But
I
then-
fucking hate going to bed, dude. It's
Yeah.
so annoying. But yeah, you take some shit, it'll put you out.
Do you work as out like COokinnn does? Like,
No.
Nah.
No.
I mean, I skateboard a bit, but that's not really working
He's
out.
really good at skating, like genuinely.
Yeah,
I
I've
was just
seen the
skating on the
videos.
street today, and I was like sweating like crazy. Like, and then that's probably the hottest I skated in a while. But it was just on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's got some style on the board.
And I
Have you
feel
seen him
buzzed.
skate?
Yeah, watch your videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you ever like hope like I know when we interviewed like COokinnn, he was talking about like doing the videos with Danny and then trying to pursue a career in acting or do more traditional media. Do you have any dreams along those lines, or
I mean, when I
trying
was,
to make it as a skater, or just still figuring it out?
I'm still figuring it. It's kind of sad, but I'm still figuring it out. Like, I got no idea what I'm doing. But
I'm trying to become a sponsor Matador skateboard.
no, when I was a kid, when I was younger, like 13, I really wanted to be like do something with skateboarding. But then you kind of like slowly realize you can't really do anything with skateboarding unless you're like in the top 0.1%.
I feel like it's not the way you think, though. I feel like if you do skating that way, you have to be the top 0.1%, of course, if you want to do competition and shit. But if you have a online presence
Yeah.
and you look, because a normal person can't like comprehend a certain level of skating
Yeah.
to like if you're here and here, normal people can't comprehend it. They
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand. All they know is like kick flips and
yeah,
that's it. If you build a following and then you can skate, you could do stuff with brands easy.
yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't realize that, like Cameron, for example. But it's like, because he could easily work with brands and do stuff if he posted.
Yeah.
And I'd be always telling him, bro, post on Instagram. Bro, post on Instagram. But
Yeah.
he don't want to post.
I posted two,
Sometimes.
yeah, like it's still not a good amount, but like I posted 2, which is like really cool.
But he's
Oh,
got,
actually
his
3.
videos are good, and he just like be like
Or-
not posting, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro,
No,
I
right?
got so many of my drops.
think
I
they are?
know, post those bitches up,
I was
dude.
gonna
I would just
say-
post them on
Check
TikTok
them
with no like
motherfuckers.
context. Like it'll be videos from like 4 months ago that I just like finally post like, and then yeah, I don't know why I do that. It's kind of
Guys, everyone out there, tell Cameron to post, man.
Yeah, just put it up. I feel like because I was looking through your Instagram, it's like 2024, 2023, 2020, 2017.
Yeah,
No, it was
Yeah.
like
Frost on it.
2024 to 2020.
No, because like even me, like I don't follow anyone on Instagram, but like I still like seeing my friends post. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like I love when I like go. I'm so delayed too. I'll see his post from like you know
3 years ago.
months ago, and I'm like, oh, he posted hell yeah, like the one I saw it so delayed, and I'm like, but then I get excited. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's sick,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Or I like if I'm like on Explore and then it pops up. You
Yeah,
know? Like
yeah.
that's cool. So it's like I want to see like him and Roman and Pat and these
Yeah.
people that I'm friends with that skate. Like I want to see their clips. And I know everyone, all the fans want to see him
Yeah.
post shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Other people post my clips and it like
I
just,
know.
it does really good
I'm
on
like,
their
bro,
pages.
just
Or
fucking-
even
and
your
they'll just keep
YouTube.
messaging me to tell them to send them all. I guess they like make money off their pages or something.
I know people are like subscribing to your YouTube, but I was like looking there as I was preparing for this. No videos.
Oh yeah. It's like, yeah. I tried YouTube for a bit, but it's like,
Yeah, bitch.
I don't know. It'd be cool to do it again, actually. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'd be very similar to him, but people don't want that, I guess. So like, I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
I'm so clueless.
I mean, there's
so many.
There's like 40 fucking kids that just copy what I do. You know what I mean? So it's like they have followings and get views. So I don't think it really matters. People just want to watch shit. You know
it's your perspective of it.
Yeah, I think you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It'd be cool though, because I don't think there's any little people that.
That's what I was going to say. That, it's very unique.
The advantage thing you're saying.
Yeah,
that's an advantage.
Yeah, Daniel, are you thinking about signing like athletes or people to Matador as a brand?
I mean,
definitely. How are you thinking about
I want
that?
him to do a bunch of shit for Matador.
Yeah, I've noticed like that skateboarding.
Obviously, I don't have the biggest budget right now, but eventually, as you sell more, you get more money to give to people because like. I am very talented. I'm a great-looking guy, but I can't do it all. I can't do it all. We need others. So Matador plans to employ every single little person in the world to work with us. Not for us, with us. Imagine. How many little people are there in the world, Jamie?
I think
it's like 25,000. I think.
Yeah, there's one every. I think it's either one every 25,000 or one. I think it might have changed to one every like 40,000.
That's like what if I could pick like if you could pick like you just had a baby, a girl or a boy?
Girl.
You just had a girl. Like if I could pick, I would like twin boys, little people though. That's like an ideal. Both that skateboard. That's what I would want, and then they could carry on my legacy together.
You just name KOokinnn and Cam Jr.
That ain't KOokinnn. That's WeWon. We always say because he was gone for so long, so KOokinnn was in all my videos. So like, there's a lot of fans that didn't even know he existed. I guess for a minute. So some people would come up to the car and be like, actually the other day we were at Frankensons and there were kids like looking and they'd be like, KOokinnn? And they're like looking at him like because they're confused. Like
they were looking at Cam.
They don't know Cameron, but they know KOokinnn. But then it's just a white little person, not this like black little person. So they're like. But they don't know his name, so they're like, KOokinnn?
Yeah,
like,
someone called me KOokinnn. I was like, I turned and looked at him, he's looking at me, and I thought that was not real. Like, I thought I was just hearing stuff in my head. So
top video on a YouTube short of me.
What do you want to see, man?
Let's watch some Joe.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no. Look at this. The 1090J. I'm rocking with y'all, you rocking with me.
But
You know
for
who
a
that is?
popular rapper is facing over 60 charges after he was arrested in
Damn.
Cache County.
NBA YoungBoy was arrested this week at his Mill Creek home in what the Cache County Sheriff's Office is calling an ongoing investigation into criminal conduct.
We are learning new details about why young rapper NBA YoungBoy was arrested in Utah yesterday.
The rapper, whose real name is Kentrell Deshaun Galden, was under house arrest as he awaited trial on federal gun charges. Several agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, executed a search warrant yesterday morning.
Damn.
September 19th, 2020.
You watch 1090J?
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram, Utah, received a prescription called in for a 74-year-old woman named Bethel White. The physician who called provided the proper identification, but the number he called from wasn't from his pharmacy. A phone call to the suspected pharmacy would confirm suspicions. The pharmacist didn't have a patient named Bethel White. He never called in a prescription, and apparently someone's made several orders using his name that day. The prescription was for an antibiotic, as well as promethazine with codeine, a Schedule 5 controlled substance, and one of the most abused and sought-after drugs in hip-hop. The antibiotic was most likely just to make the prescription less of a red flag. Law enforcement would wait in the parking lot of Reed's Pharmacy waiting for someone to pick up the order, but nobody came. That same day, Spencer's Pharmacy in Logan, Utah, received a call from the same suspect using the same physician's information. This time, 71-year-old Gwendolyn Cox needed promethazine with codeine. 2 weeks after the prescription was called in, a female came and picked it up, stating Gwendolyn was her grandmother. The following month, Spencer's Pharmacy received a second call requesting more leave for grandma. Spencer's obviously realized the 71-year-old didn't just drink a whole bottle of syrup in less than 3 weeks, so this time they requested a hard copy of the prescription with the patient. So the suspect on the phone hung up the call. Spencer's pharmacy attempted to call the number back after looking up the physician's name, only to make contact with the real physician, finding out someone's been fraudulently using his credentials.
Damn.
On January 17, 2024, a fraudulent prescription was called into Larry's pharmacy in Smithfield, Utah. It was the same deal. Another elderly woman wanted lean, and when things looked suspicious, the pharmacy called the police. An agent assigned to the Cash-Rich Drug Task Force would conduct the initial investigation. Obvious similarities between the reports from the different pharmacies would lead officers to devise a plan. Contact would be made, and 2 females would arrive at Larry's pharmacy to pick up the prescription. They'd be detained, and officers would smell a strong odor of marijuana coming from the Chevy Tahoe they drove in. With the females consenting to a search, marijuana flakes would be found around the interior, along with an empty handgun case for a .45 caliber 1911. They'd claim the marijuana wasn't theirs, and they were picking up a prescription for a friend that they refused to name. The 2 women would later be arrested for their role in the prescription fraud ring, and officers would discover the Chevy Tahoe they were riding in was registered out of Texas under a 24-year-old man named Kentrell Galden. Kentrell would be more commonly known as rap superstar NBA Youngboy. One of the task force agents would be contacted by dispatch and informed that none other than Gwendolyn Cox needed to speak with him. During the conversation, she'd state her last name was White instead of Cox, and she'd give her birth month and date, but couldn't provide the age and wouldn't provide her address. It was very clear to the agent that Gwendolyn was using a fake voice, as this old woman sounded like a much younger male from the South.
You can't get it for no one?
She, or he, made a statement saying, "Well, I asked her to, and she said that she'll have you call me." The terminology ax instead of ask was a dead giveaway and consistent with a southern dialect from states like Texas, Georgia, and Louisiana. The following day, a person who self-identified as NBA Youngboy's business manager attempted to contact the drug task force in an effort to get the Chevy Tahoe out of the impound. During this time, the impound company suspected the vehicle may be stolen after speaking with the so-called manager, so the task force officer requested to speak directly with Youngboy. On a conference call being recorded by dispatch, Youngboy told the task force agent the females arrested at the pharmacy were family. The agent would ask about his relations to the female and if they had his permission to drive his vehicle, to which Youngboy said they did have his permission, and he asked for his vehicle back. The agent would tell Youngboy how to get his vehicle back, and the conversation would continue when Youngboy said, "Ask him about, the prescription that they picked up." He paused for a few seconds before saying, "She on the fucking hospital bed. She on the hospital bed." The agent was aware Youngboy was speaking to someone else who claimed to be Youngboy's brother. The call would break up and go silent for durations of time, leading the agent to believe they were muting the call. Because Youngboy was speaking about prescriptions without being asked, showed he had knowledge of the fraudulent prescription the females attempted to pick up. It would also prove intent, as Youngboy attempted to further the prescription fraud by stating, "She's on a hospital bed," referring to the fake patient. Youngboy would also slip up, using the word ax instead of ask, the same way the fake patient Gwendolyn did on the phone. And at this point, it would appear obvious NBA Youngboy was pretending to be a 71-year-old woman in an attempt to get lean. The drug task force would speak with the physician whose name was being fraudulently used, and a report for how many prescriptions were successfully picked up would be made. Ann White, Beatrice White, Caroline White, Gwendolyn White, Alice White, Francine White, Francine Taylor, and Gwendolyn Cox were all fake elderly women whose names were used to pick up different amounts of codeine, sometimes repeatedly. Surprisingly, NBA YoungBoy's own name, Kentrell Gaulden, will be used with a birth year of 1953 to pick up a 7-day supply of codeine. A juvenile would be apprehended at the pharmacy after attempting to pick it up. Additional calls were made using YoungBoy's real name and real birth date by someone in Houston, Texas. It was discovered the same white Tahoe registered in Texas that the females were arrested in could be seen in one of YoungBoy's music videos. Further investigation into YoungBoy was conducted after he was identified as the primary suspect. Rising from the trenches of Baton Rouge, YoungBoy is documented to have lived in Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, California, and Utah. He's also currently on federal pretrial probation as he awaits trial for a federal gun charge for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The rap star's criminal history is not only extensive, but violent. Back in 2016, YoungBoy was arrested on 2 charges of murder in Louisiana as a juvenile. The charges were eventually reduced, and YoungBoy would be convicted of aggravated assault with a firearm, while his second charge of attempted murder was dropped entirely. This conviction alone would make him a convicted felon. In 2018, he'd be arrested for aggravated assault and kidnapping, with the kidnapping later being dismissed. YoungBoy would plead guilty to a lesser charge of simple battery, resulting in a misdemeanor conviction and 12 months of probation. In 2019, YoungBoy would be arrested for marijuana in Georgia, and in 2020, he'd be arrested in Louisiana for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, distribution of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, illegally carrying a weapon, illegal possession of a stolen firearm, and possession of a controlled substance. In 2021, the feds would indict YoungBoy for his Louisiana gun charge, and 3 years later, he'd still be on pretrial release. YoungBoy has been identified by the FBI as the leader of the NBA Street Gang. The gang itself is a group of YoungBoy's associates that have been classified as a gang because of their structure, affiliation, and violent behavior. YoungBoy's music is heavily influenced by that behavior, as he is consistently rapping about shooting and killing people, using drugs, and having a strong dislike for law enforcement. The rap star currently resides in Huntsville, Utah, within a multi-million-dollar mansion he's named Gravedigger Mountain. With an ankle monitor, YoungBoy needs approval to leave his home for any reason, to the point that it doesn't even matter if it's a doctor's appointment. All guests that enter Gravedigger Mountain also have to be approved by his federal probation before entering the property. The same suspects that would be caught up attempting to pick up fraudulent prescriptions were all on YoungBoy's visiting list. On April 16, 2024, a search warrant was executed on Gravedigger Mountain. Everyone within the mansion was detained, including YoungBoy, and after being read his rights, he agreed to an interview. YoungBoy was asked about the presence of firearms inside of the home. He said a gun belonging to his wife was inside, and YoungBoy was asked if he ever handled the gun or if his DNA would be found on the gun. He denied that his DNA would be found, but stated 2 days earlier he had picked the gun up and moved it from an open area, placing it inside of a drawer. He'd claimed that was the only time he touched the gun, further stating his wife always has the gun within reach throughout the house. YoungBoy was asked about prescription drugs in his house, and he'd state he has a prescription for promethazine. He provided the doctor's name who prescribed it and said he was local. When asked if he had any doctors in Texas, he'd say no, and continued to deny having been prescribed drugs from any other doctor. When asked about his associates picking up fraudulent prescriptions, he claimed to have no knowledge of their activities. He confirmed his association with 3 of them, and when confronted about the call with the agent, he stated he didn't remember, making suggestions the agent likely spoke with his dad. But the agent would note YoungBoy has a very distinct voice, and that it was in fact him on the call, as the agent later spoke with YoungBoy's dad and could tell it wasn't him. YoungBoy was interviewed further, but continued to be deceptive and deny knowledge of anything illegal. During the search, law enforcement found a prescription bottle inside YoungBoy's bathroom within the master bedroom. The bottle was prescribed to Caroline White, one of the fraudulent names. An antibiotic would be found within Youngboy's name, but with the birth date from 1955, and another bottle of promethazine would be found without a label. A handgun Youngboy admitted to possessing would be found within the master bedroom closet with an empty magazine and 1 round loaded in the chamber. 3 more bottles of promethazine would be found inside of the home, and all electronics was seized. NBA Youngboy would be placed under arrest and charged with possession of a weapon by a restricted person, pattern of unlawful activity, 20 counts of identity fraud, 20 counts of procuring or attempting to procure a drug prescription, 20 counts of forgery, and possession of a controlled substance being marijuana or spice. Now, while it sounds like Youngboy clearly has a drug problem and was using his team to obtain them, how serious are his actual charges?
Good, G?
For possessing the weapon and the pattern of unlawful activity, he faces up to 15 years each. Both fraud and forgery carry up to 5 years in prison, while trying to get a prescription carries up to a year. Because he faces 62 charges, NBA Youngboy is facing, at maximum, a total of 250 years. But it's highly unlikely he'd receive that sentence, as that's the max punishment on every count. What is likely to happen is the feds will indict Youngboy again for being a felon in possession of a firearm the same way they did after his arrest in Louisiana. If this happens, we can expect his pretrial release to be gone and Youngboy to be kept in a federal facility until both federal cases come to an end. The fact that he admitted he moved the gun is an admission of guilt, which his lawyer will have to fight to get that statement thrown out. On top of that, the gun was found loaded in his bedroom closet, meaning while he may not have physically possessed it, even though he said he did, he could still be charged with constructive possession for the simple fact that he had access to it. Obviously, being placed on house arrest for years is damaging to one's mental health, and a drug addiction can blur one's mind. But we'll just have to wait and see if Youngboy's legal team is able to find sympathy while prosecutors seek punishment and a judge weighs out justice.
Fuck it, let's put it in here, bro. I don't want to take it down. I feel like I'm gonna break it. Oh, the Joe Rogan pulled up.
The Joe Rogan.
Which is the Joe Rogan one?
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Have you ever had to deal with jet lag for a fight?
No, not really. I mean, we try to go up like early. That's why. So the first 2 days is whatever, but then after that we're all good.
Where's the furthest that you had to fly to fight?
Chuckle Carson. Well, Tucker Carson. Tucker, motherfucker.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Did you see the U.S. government?
Yeah.
Apparently by accident, the Project Aqua stuff. Did you see this?
No. What's that?
This is crazy.
Yeah, I guess we're rolling.
Are we rolling?
Yeah.
No. This is just someone just sent me this. This is
Project Aqua.
Yeah, hold on.
You want me to go feed them?
They just released,
Okay,
I think, by accident.
How does that happen?
It's Kona Blue. You familiar with this?
No.
Kona Blue is it was a program. I'm going to send this to Homeland Security. Just released this.
Send it to me. I'll send it to Jamie.
And no, I got it right here. I'll just. I don't do email or what. I don't know how to airdrop anything.
You don't do email?
No. I haven't done email in many years.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you exist?
I do text.
Wow. Just text?
Yeah, I don't do email. I don't go on the fucking internet. I don't have a TV. I'm not into that. But anyway. No, that stuff is bad, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
That's my isolation tank. I just stay away from that shit. But anyway.
That's smart. Did you text it to me?
Yeah, I did. I think I did.
It didn't get to me.
Yeah, it just sends it. It's a big thing. Okay, so.
We'll be right back.